strawberry grouper from my good buddy Carl Galvin at Supreme Lobster. Carl was kind enough to bring me the grouper heads to actually dig the eyeballs out of. And I was going to do one dish, but then we decided once we saw these beautiful grouper come in that we could actually cut the cheeks out and use that as part of the dish too. So I think this is important to see how you can use the eyes primarily, but then you can also use every other part of this piece of the fish that's commonly thrown away. So we've got our fish head here, and we'll start first things first. I'll just go ahead and get the cheek out first. It's almost like a concave space that the cheek is in. So there's your two cheeks right there. And for the eyeball, as I found it worked the best, there's no manual that I could find on how to do this, is to go in, kind of pull it out, and then work around the socket here. You can kind of get under it to where it bulges out, and then slice it. You know, if you're butchering your own whole fish here, you can leave a good bit of the collar on, which is a lot of really, really good meat right up at the top. It's you know, it's almost like it's the tenderloin. Go through and then just grill this whole, and that makes it really nice, almost like a fun nose to tail bar snack, if you will, real hands-on, getting in there and digging out the cheeks and having all that really nice muscle, and then your eyeballs that you've roasted. I had spent a couple months staging in Spain about 8 or 10 years ago. I just remembered reading in some of the stuff about how they were using the whole bodies of fish. They would deep fry the bones, and they would use that as a garnish. They even used the fish eyeballs and used it to thicken sauces because of the gelatin that they had in it. And I'd never done it before, and I just kind of always had that in the back of my mind, I think, whenever I thought about fish eyeballs. So in all those parts of the South, you find a lot of slave trade African characteristics in the cuisine. I think it's one of the more integral parts of Southern cuisine. And we're going to make today a oyster stew based on some of those principles. Finely cut celery, onion, and red pepper. This is almost your trinity here for Cajun cuisine. And then what we're going to do is add just a little bit of flour. And this is going to make your roux. We don't want to have too much cayenne in this dish because we don't want it to be spicy, but just enough to open up the flavors a little bit. And then a touch, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of curry powder as well. And we're going to add just a little bit of coconut cream. You can find this at any grocery store. You can find it certainly at the Latin markets. Add a little milk. Now the fun part. We've got our fish eyeballs, and I would highly recommend using a glove for this. And then we're just going to take those and squeeze that in.
And the reason you don't want to use the whole one is because
there's still a lot of this hard membrane around the socket. Might have to two-hand it if you don't get it out well enough. We'll add the grouper cheeks first. They can take a second longer to cook. We've got about eight of the oysters here. Grab all those. And just a little bit of extra liquor. A little bit of that eyeball socket that we're not going to eat. Cool. What else do we do?
You gotta taste it.
I'm allergic to oysters.
Oh, really?
Unless you want to watch somebody go into anaphylactic shock right here.
We might skip that.
Adam, you should come sit down and taste the oyster and grouper stew.
Darren wasn't up for this. Absolutely delicious. Love the fish eyes, and the grouper in here really gives it a nice seafood quality without being too strong. Not fishy at all.
You think you know which part is the fish eyes when you taste it?
I don't, and that's probably much better that I don't know.
She's not just a pastry chef, she's the real deal, and her savory stuff is amazing too. And that's why I picked an ingredient for her that could go either way, and it was sorghum syrup, which is something that's you see all over Kentucky and certain parts of the slightly more northern southeastern United States.